Alright, so in this video we're going to talk about how to convert visitors which come to your store into sales. Alright, first things first, not all visitors are the same. Okay, so if you have the best store in the world, you're still going to have a different conversion rate if you have people coming from TikTok or from Google ads or from Facebook. All right, if you have people from Facebook, they're going to be higher quality than from TikTok. If you have people from Google Shopping, your conversion rate is also going to be way higher because it's just people who, for example, search for black pants and then you're the first link, they click on it. That visitor is way better because they searched for your product name instead of just being shoved in front of you like it is on Facebook or on TikTok. And on TikTok, it's even worse where you get a lot of traffic which doesn't convert. However, you can still make it really profitable. And if you only have like a 1% conversion rate, it's going to be super profitable just because of the volume you're getting from TikTok. Okay, so it's very important to understand that not all traffic sources are the same, and a visitor is not equal to a visitor. It's not, you cannot generalize that and say a 5% conversion rate is great, a 1% conversion rate is bad. Because for Google ads, a 5% conversion rate on some products is terrible, and on others it's really good. And if you sell, for example, a product for $300, of course your conversion rate is going to be like lower than 2%. Which is not a problem at all. And I see those people which basically say, all right, if your conversion rate is not this, your store sucks. It's not reality because it's very different. And if you see it that black and white, you don't understand it. Okay? Also, you have to understand that the ads matter a lot on how your conversion rate will be. If you have an ad which is just a 10 out of 10 perfect ad, which is really good, however, if your ad doesn't fit your exact target audience perfectly, it can sometimes be misleading. And if your ad looks really good and it's very engaging and just people click because they like the video, but they don't like the product, you're also going to get a lot of shitty traffic. Okay, and that's an important distinguishment to do because I've seen people having videos which have way more expensive cost per click. So it's way more expensive to get one person to the store, but still they make more money off that one person because that's just a way better visitor. Okay, and that's the big other learning. Cost per clicks can also not be viewed as cost per clicks as a whole. Okay, so a cost per click of 20 cents can sometimes be way worse than a cost per click of $1. Why? Because the $1 guy might be very good and the 20 cents guy might be terrible. Obviously, that's also generalizing it, and sometimes you're still going to get better traffic and leads from the 20-cent clicks, okay? So again, if people tell you, all right, your cost per click has to be this, no, because it's so different. And then the problem starts when you start looking at the soft metrics. You start looking at your cost per click and you see, all right, my cost per click is super high on this ad and my cost per click on this is super low. I'm going to kill the higher one. I hope now you understand that what the main metric should always be is the ROAS and the cost per purchase and the hard metrics and not the soft metrics, which are like add to cart rate, conversion rate, and cost per click. Those things matter, of course, but they're just secondary. If everything is doing good, but you just have a terrible cost per click, you shouldn't think of a way how you can optimize this cost per click, because what you should really look at is optimizing the ROAS, which sometimes is exactly the opposite of a good cost per click. Okay? Now on top of that, one huge misconception is the average order value and where it's made. Okay? Obviously, if you have really good upsells in place in the store, the average order value will go up. However, that's not everything. If you have perfect upselling in place, but you don't select products which have upsell potential, the upsells are not going to work that well. And on top of that, inside of your ads, you can actually get people to buy multiple. What do I mean by that? If on Facebook a person sees that your product is being used by one person and it's only one per product, in their head immediately that's one product they need to buy. But if you can find a product which has clips where a person uses 10 times your exact product, then it's a completely different story. Because if your ad looks super fun and it's necessary for that fun to exist to have 10 times that product, it's a completely different ballgame. Because then people are going to come to your store and they're going to remember that ad. And also on your product page, you're going to have a person, like a GIF where your person is using multiple of that one single product, and people are going to buy more. Okay? So also here, it's wrong to say that your average order value sucks because you have wrong upsells on the store. And all of this is the exact reason why I always say on this channel that the store is secondary. The product and the ads come first, always. Because on the product and the ads, you can get a better conversion rate, you can get better average order values, and those are the main things. Those two things are the main things everybody says is related to the store, when in reality, it's not all store. Okay. Now let me make the last point on upselling, and then we're going to move on to practical advice on the store and what you should exactly change about your store and your upselling on the store. Okay. What I've basically noticed with upselling, normally the easiest product to upsell is the same exact product you're selling again. And that's a big misconception, because most people think they need to have like a perfect complementary product to the product they already have. Okay. In reality, it's way easier, way easier to sell the exact product just twice than to sell the main product plus an extra product. Because they're already sold on that one product, they like that product, they think it's good. They're gonna either buy the second piece as a gift, or it just makes sense to have two or whatever, okay? To sell them on a next product, they have to make a logical conclusion that this product is good, but this product is also good, which is way harder to convey in a little upsell button. Because the upsell pop-up, which they're gonna see on the pre-purchase or the post-purchase upsell, is gonna be not that big, and you cannot do that much sales in there. You cannot put like proper videos in there. You can maybe put a GIF and that's it, okay? So what I would always start out with when I do upselling is same exact product. Again, you need to select products which actually make sense to buy 2 or 3 times. And if they don't, maybe you should not sell that product, okay? I'm not saying that every product needs to have this strong upsell potential, but it's a very big criteria, and it's very important to have that. And if everything else is perfect, you can get away with it. But if you see that as a flaw and then other issues, then don't sell it. All right, so now let's talk about the product page itself and how you should design it to get the best conversion rate. Because obviously the product and ads matter a lot. However, you should also make a decent looking store, which at least is over a certain baseline. Okay. The first thing about the store, which is very important, is that you shouldn't use too many colors. You basically should use one color, which is just going to go throughout the whole store. And you shouldn't use like very popping and scammy, like super green text or red text or blue text. Just have black text with some color elements in terms of like the add to cart button, the banner, the footer, all of those things. Obviously they need to have colors. However, it shouldn't look like this crazy salesy thing, which is just like in your face and it looks super scammy. Okay, I like to keep things clean with one color, with one text style, with one font, and not having like super big headlines and then tiny text and then a huge headline again and then different text styles. I just like to keep it simple and very clean. The other thing you need to understand about product pages is you need to sell the product and the benefits of the product and not the features. All right. So if you, for example, sell some kind of weight loss product, you're not going to show how durable the thing is and how great it is in terms of like quality. That's not why the people are here. Okay, the people are here to actually lose weight, and that's what you're selling, the benefits, not the features. And it's very important to first have all the benefits, and later you handle the objections by handling the features as well. Then if people, for example, already had weight loss products and they, like let's say a resistance band, and they try to use it and then it popped, okay? And then you can handle that objection by adding a review where you have a person saying, all right, I really thought this is gonna break, however, it was super durable and it worked really well. I didn't expect it to last that long. Okay? You can put some kind of review like that on the store. And it's very important to actually handle all the objections inside of the review section. All right? And if you have those testimonials and if you have a stronger brand, which you're going to later have, you're going to have a lot of people saying a lot of good stuff about your company, and it's going to be very easy to get really good testimonials from those people. The next thing I want you to understand is that you need to pretend like they forgot why they're here. All right? You need to pretend that they never saw the ad at all. And even though you do some explanation in the ad, basically that's the reason why they clicked, you have to pretend like they never saw the ad. You have to explain the product all over again. The very first picture which you're going to have on the store needs to show exactly what the product is. It needs to show it in action, not just have like a white background shitty picture. That first picture actually does matter a lot. Then you have like some kind of paragraph on the very top of the product page, and below that, the very first thing needs to be like a GIF, again, explaining the product. Okay? And it's very important to explain again what this product even is, because a lot of people who see the ad just look at 3 seconds, immediately click, and they forgot what it is. Okay? One huge tip I can give you here is that your competitors probably know better what they're doing than you are. if you don't make good numbers. Okay, so if you get into a new space, if you start with a new product, you should look at the competition and see how they're selling it, and probably you should mimic what they're doing instead of reinventing the wheel and doing your own thing. The last thing I want to mention here is the theme. All right, I get a lot of people who ask me, hey, which theme should I use? Obviously, this question is pretty irrelevant, and most people just use this as an excuse to not get started, and they think that the theme is going to change everything, and because they don't know which theme to choose, don't even start. Okay, so get this out of your head. If you want to have a good theme, for example, the Beautify is a great one. Just use that one, and that's it. All right, you don't need more than that. That's way more than enough. All right, so the next thing I want you to do right now is click the video, which is linked somewhere here, and there I basically talk about why you should not brand your dropshipping product. And this is a huge misconception which most people have. They think they need to brand everything and make everything perfect. Quite frankly, branding your store can actually be one of the biggest mistakes you're ever gonna do, and just are gonna waste a crazy amount of money and time. So click this video and see you there.